The House of Representatives Committee on Housing, led by Honourable Abdulai Jin, has voiced its displeasure over the absence of the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, at the 2025 Budget Defense Session. The committee, which declined to accept the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Shaibu Belgore, cited an absence of an official letter authorizing him to represent the minister and labeling this omission as an act of insubordination, insisting that the minister must appear in person to address pressing issues that only he could clarify.
There are very critical issues to be discussed in the housing sector. Where we were rooting for the president, the current president, in the last election, there were lots of issues we can pass with our people.
During the defense session, the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria presented the bank's budget performance for 2024, while also disclosing an increase from the 223 billion naira allocated in 2024.
NHF collections budgeted was 162 billion and the actual was 100.7 billion naira. Capital assets acquisition budgeted was 4.8 and the actual was 1.4 billion. And this is also reflected in page 31 of the main budget. Equity, we had proposed 100 billion, which we expect to have received from the federal government. It didn't come in in the course of the year 2024.
On the part of the Federal Housing Authority, in its presentation, an impressive 118% internally generated revenue performance was witnessed in 2024.
Authorities' contribution into the Consolidated Revenue Fund (CFR) in 2024 amounted to 4.07 billion naira. Even though we are not being funded, but this is what we contributed into the ideal of the economy. And at the end of the day, housing is key. We need funding, but you can see without funding, we have to pay 50% for anything we generated through the TSA. 50% of our money is being taken away. But luckily, we wrote to the Ministry of Finance via our main ministry, and in December, we're giving a 20% discount.
However, Honourable Abdulai Jin expressed concerns about the allocation to the housing sector, describing it as grossly inadequate. He noted a contradiction between the claims of 100% performance by housing agencies and the reported insufficiency of funds. Jibrin emphasized the need for greater transparency.
I don't like unnecessarily praising our agencies. Of course, I got a lot of issues with them. But I know there's a model they just completed in Kaduna. And if they have more money, resources at their disposal, and they decide to replicate that all over the country, the gentleman in federal housing, the managing director and his executive directors, within 6 months, had gone all around the country and gotten land. Why? They want to embark on mass housing. The entire issue you are talking about of poverty, whatsoever you have, and the rest, the chains of effect, multiplying effect. That is what they want to create. Where is the money? They've done their part. They've gotten all the land. You go to the ministry, the same thing. The Renew Hope that we're talking about, the 13 sites that you go, even though I want to keep that until the minister comes, because I'm talking about one side of the matter, I will talk about the other side of the matter.
The committee has reiterated commitment to ensuring that the housing sector is adequately funded and that all stakeholders are held accountable for their effort to address the nation's housing deficit. Oluwatobieni Ito, reporting for TV Platinum.
Till Monday.